Hi everybody. So I made a video a while back about how creepy I had stole my voice and everybody was going gaga over it. I realized that I really suck at the beginning of the story, kind of just in the middle of the story and then just drop it off. Cause like in that moment I'm like angry, right? I don't know, it's just my ADHD brain. But yeah, so I found out that Nimfox stole my voice. There were in Indonesia, I believe, or India, one of those areas. Anyways, they had stolen my voice, and it was a man. I got them shut down because they not only did they steal my voice, they stole my husband's voice. And then not only did they steal his voice, they literally stole a song that he wrote and sang for me. So I ended up posting about that and I got them shut down and that became a huge thing. I went on Reddit and I was talking about it there because I don't want fame or anything. I'm not trying to become the next Taylor Swift or whatever else. And so I went on to Reddit and I found the indie artist page. And so I went there and I was like, you know what? There's going to be so many people who actually want fame, right? And they're going to want all this stuff. And maybe they should know because I didn't know. I had just found out that AI music was a thing when I heard my vocals on something else that I didn't write. Okay? That is terrifying. And then that ended up making it so that one of our local news stations ended up emailing me. Well, he didn't email me. He messaged me through Facebook. And so I ended up, I think it was Facebook or Instagram. It was one of those things. Anyways, so he messaged me on there and he's like, hey, this is a story that I would like to cover. You can come over within like the next 15 minutes. And I was in a flare. But I was like, okay, maybe this will help my cause. I'll tough it out of my flare, out of my comfort zone. I have 15 minutes and get it all done. So lo and behold, I ended up doing that. We do the interview and the interview is like 2 hours. And then during the flare, it was a flare. So I had like these really long extra large stiletto nails on. And I play piano, but my kids usually do a lot of the instrumental because arthritis, fibromyalgia, my hands do not work like they used to anymore. So my children who do not have those ailments help me with that. So he came over and he goes, okay, play the piano. And I'm sitting there going, I have these giant pterodactyl nails on my hands. And he goes, okay, well, just pretend. So I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm thinking in my head, this is not going to be the footage that he chooses. That is the footage that he chooses. Of all the footage. And people are just like, well, how about, were you like singing or anything? This was a 2-hour interview. Okay? And he chose like 2 minutes out of the entire 2 hours, and out of the 2 hours, that's the footage that he ended up choosing. So, the internet is a lie. There's nothing that you can do about it. And yeah, so you just roll with the punches. So that helped, but also didn't help my case. So here I am a year later and still trying to fix the situation that Nimfox started. And the reason why I say that is because when Nimfox came out, They stole my vocals, and then they had the audacity to put my vocals out as copyright free, so anybody could use them. Like, you could just use the vocals and you put them into AI and it's all willy-nilly okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not okay, and I'm not copyright free. So yeah, so there's that, and then Hexmouth came out, and I was just like, oh, okay, so maybe this is just another person who just happens to sound like me. And then the dots started connecting. She was a follower of mine before Hexmouth was started. And then all of a sudden she blocked all of Hexamoon. Hexmouth comes out, and all of a sudden, like, and then she's making these videos, and all of a sudden, you know, she has these videos where she can't sing. And she has this huge thing where she's like, I went to a school where there was no instruments because it was so poor. She went to a school in Ontario, which is in wine country. She lived in a very prestigious area, went to a very prestigious school that actually ended up getting shut down only because there was not enough children in order to go to the school. And their music program was extremely small because there wasn't enough children who were going into the music program. She did not sing in dusty closets. So, yeah. So she ended up, I found videos of her where she's just like, oh, you know, I post my like warm-ups, but nobody ever likes them. Probably because you can't sing. Probably because you can't sing. If that's your warm-up vocals, compared to the vocals that you are trying to say are yours, bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Because I had a friend of hers contact me and let me know that she doesn't even sound like her vocals at all when she talks. Like, she sounds nothing like them. And he's just like, I didn't even know that she could sing because she can't. So she got outed by her own friends who came to me. And I'm not going to out who those people are, but they're talented too. So, you know, they know what they're talking about. They're not bullshitting. So yeah, so that was basically the whole thing. And now it's just a constant fight because there's a lot of people who don't know that those are my vocals because I am not, you know, I'm not somebody who's big. And that's the whole point, right? They're not going to steal vocals of somebody who is in a large label, who can sue them, who has, you know, multi-billion-dollar people behind them. They're going to steal the vocals of somebody that nobody knows and nobody's ever heard of. Duh. Because that's, like, common sense. But, yeah, so, you know, that's the story, and now this is where I am, and, I just keep doing what I'm doing because I'm doing it for my own healing, and, you know, I realized that in my own healing, there could be a sanctuary that is built here for people to feel safe. So that is the reason. And yeah, so I just fight every day just to let people know that, hey, you know, those are my vocals. Those are my vocals. Those are my vocals. Like, and then another thing on top of that is that I have diplophonia. So I can literally change my voice and change it to whatever I want without you even thinking about it. And I'll just end up going and doing whatever I want. And no matter how many times I end up changing my voice and doing it so easy, I can do it. And it still sounds harmonic because of diplophonia. So yeah, it's even in my voice when I talk, when I sing, when I laugh. My laugh is actually quite amazing. I have a double laugh, so it sounds like there are two people laughing at the same time.